A year ago, on September 10th, my wife was here. And I lost my beloved Anita to breast cancer.
Randall Paul is reliving his own personal experience at the Central Okanagan Hospice House. And naturally, that's not easy. But he has decided to show up on this day in September on the hospice's 5-year anniversary to tell others about what a wonderful facility Kelowna really has here.
The door was open. We felt like it was another room in our house. We came and went freely all hours of the day and night. Our dog, who was her dog, was allowed to be here. I spent nights here. We brought food in. So it really did feel like we were at home, only we had professional, expert care. There were things that she needed and required in those final days I could never have done.
End-of-life care used to be provided through 25 beds at Cottonwoods. Interior Health owned the land on Ethel Street where the hospice was built, and the capital funding came through various foundations and $3 million from private citizens. What really makes this place special is the 30 staff and 200 volunteers who encourage patients to live until they die.
It's not about dwelling on when you die. It's so what do you still need to do? Who do you still need to see? What's going to make this time meaningful for you and your family and all of your community of friends?
The incredibly talented and professional staff, surrounded by literally an army of very, very committed volunteers. I mean, it's magic. And I guess if you're going to have magic, the time to might have it is at the end of your life.
You would be hard-pressed to find someone who says they want to die in a hospital, and passing away at home isn't always easy on your family. That's where the hospice comes in.
I don't know about you, but I want to die in my own home, if I can. Well, then ask your wife, what does she want? Does she want to look after you if you become incontinent or if you start to bleed? The answers are usually no. People want to support each other tremendously. They want to support each other in the place that they choose, but eventually you reach the point where perhaps you can't be supported in the home environment.
We would have much rather been at home, and actually I kept her home at her will for as long as we could because she was comfortable there.
Never would I have dreamed that I would have had a personal family experience with this. Shortly after the first anniversary of the hospice, my brother came in here and he died here. We visited him over the Christmas season, which is actually a very peaceful and joyous time at a hospice. You don't know that unless you experience it. But you know, that made me feel even better that I'd volunteered a year and a half out of my life to help it happen.
The provincial government wants to double the number of hospice spaces by 2020. With a graying population, that makes sense. This 24-bed facility averages about 95% full. At some point, a new one will need to be built in the Central Okanagan.
Not today.
Not today?
Not today. We will. Will we need it in Kelowna, or will we need it in West Kelowna? Will we need it in Winfield or Lake Country? But we will ultimately, without a doubt, because it's not just the aging population. We have a number of younger people who come too. It's just the number of people who are coming to live in Kelowna.
Providing a place where terminally ill people can spend their final days with grace and dignity and leave this world in peace, I think is a fundamental, or should be a fundamental provision of every society's healthcare system.